Imagine an invisible factory where the product on the line is you. It's shocking, but right now, your digital soul is being harvested. Every keystroke, every click, your entire screen, a massive extraction is happening. They aren't just watching you, they are building a machine to replace you. Welcome to the transparent factory. So think about it. There are three dangerous forces colliding in your workplace right now. And I promise you, most leaders are flying blind. On the left, extraction. Tech giants are harvesting granular workflow data, for example, keystrokes, clicks, screens, to train autonomous AI agents. In the middle, pushback. That surveillance drives psychological stress, crushes creativity, and sparks internal revolt. On the right, the playbook. Surviving this means pivoting from evaluating AI to developmental AI, anchored in strict EU legal frameworks. Three forces, one massive collision. Stick with me because in reality, nobody gets to sit this out. The mechanics of this factory are as follows. The process begins with human action, a staff member interacting with a dropdown, drafting an email, or accessing a file. Then telemetry extraction follows. Every click, keystroke, and on-screen pixel is discretely recorded. Next, the model is trained using this data. The recorded workflow is ingested by a foundation model. And the final stage is agent deployment, where an independent AI agent is created to mirror the original work. So in April of 2026, Meta rolled out a program called the Model Capability Initiative, or MCI for short. It captures employee activity across Google, LinkedIn, Wikipedia, GitHub, and Slack, and 100 more. And when employees asked their CTO, Andrew, "Can I opt out?" his answer was, and I quote, "There is no opt-out on your work-provided laptop." Within hours, flyers appeared in bathrooms, on vending machines, even on toilet paper dispensers, asking employees, "Do you want to work at the employee data extraction factory?" A petition is also circulating. UK staff are unionizing with United Tech and allied workers. The workforce knows. A century ago, Frederick Taylor stood over factory workers with a stopwatch and broke their movements into measurable, repeatable units. What you are looking at on this slide is Taylorism for knowledge work. Workers aren't just being surveilled, they are being forced to train the highly efficient AI systems actively positioned to replace them. Look at the math. 8,000 jobs cut at Meta, 10% of the workforce, 6,000 open roles abandoned. And the AI infrastructure budget from 72 billion in 2025 to more than 115 billion in 2026, 4 to 5 times what they spend on people. So now let's try to understand how life within the transparent factory impact the workforce. According to the International Labour Organization ILO, there are three primary areas of concern. Number one, intensified labor. The speed of work is dictated by machine capability, which never tires. You, however, do. Number two, eroded autonomy. Elements of human discretion, situational awareness, and subtlety are removed from the process. Number three, extinguished privacy. The boundary separating your internal reflections from corporate data harvesting is effectively gone. The ILO classifies these effects as psychological risk. In the language of occupational safety, that simply means this is damaging to people. In the experiment conducted by Cornell University, researchers compared two groups of workers performing identical tasks, one managed by human and the other overseen by AI. While perceived autonomy remained high with human oversight, it was severely diminished under AI. Stress levels were only situational with a human manager but became chronically elevated when AI was in control. Creative output, which stayed consistent under human management, was dramatically reduced by AI monitoring. Finally, flight risk was normal with humans, yet AI monitoring triggered a high intention to quit. The conclusion is clear. Algorithmic surveillance fails to optimize white-collar work. And now listen to the voices of Meta's own engineering team shared directly on internal forums. Consider these statements. The actual truth is, trust vanishes instantly and the consequences are permanent. Elite talent, the essential workers you must retain, will never agree to be treated as an automated input. And now I have an optimistic update. This is a familiar story with a known conclusion. We have already observed the results when corporations rush into surveillance. Back in 2020, Microsoft introduced Productivity Score. It allowed supervisors to track hyper-specific metrics like Amy distributed 22 emails across 28 days. Microsoft reacted by removing individual identities. They pivoted the data to aggregate, organization-wide, and insights only. Consequently, adoption of their teamwork tools surged to 85%. The takeaway is straightforward. Individual level tracking is disastrous. For data to be acceptable to a workforce, it must be anonymized and elevated to the organization level. Meta's MCI initiative would be illegal in Europe even if applied to the same staff and program. The EU AI Act places most workplace AI in the high-risk category, which is the law's second most stringent classification. Additionally, breaches can result in penalties reaching 35 million euros or 7% of global annual revenue, whichever is greater. For an organization like Meta, that translates to over $10 billion. This EU AI Act mandates that AI systems be proactively protective, transparent, and easy to understand regarding workers' rights. The concept of being proactively protective is a standard that hardly exists in American labor law. There are two specific legal guardrails you need to understand. Number one, the issue of black box. Because self-learning algorithms often reflexively amplify ingrained biases concealed within their training sets, they can trigger unlawful systemic discrimination. This isn't just a hypothesis, it is established case law. And number two, GDPR Article 22. This is the definitive boundary. Staff members possess a legal right to reject fully automated decision-making when those outcomes have a significant impact on their lives. While AI is permitted to support the process, pivotal employment actions such as recruitment, termination, or disciplinary measures mandate human intervention by law. For those who are still watching this video, here is the payoff. A superior approach exists. It hinges on a single concept, framing. Let's look at the contrast. Evaluative AI is designed to assess, grade, and categorize. When staff feel under a microscope, the results are certain, defensiveness peaks, agency withers, and turnover risks climb. This is the essence of the MCI approach. Conversely, developmental AI is crafted to mentor, advise, and empower. It provides staff with confidential, practical insights they can control. This fosters engagement, safeguards trust, and maintains self-governance. I hope you understand the underlying tech is identical, but the impact and the results are worlds apart. In this context, framing is more than a choice, it is the core strategy. Now, this entire scope of our discussion can be distilled into a single continuum. At one extreme lies unacceptable risk. This involves granular harvesting of individual workflows, capturing keystrokes, clicks, and entire screens, all conducted without employee consent. This strategy triggers instant backlash and opens the door to massive legal exposure. This is exemplified by Meta's MCI. In the center, we find medium risk. This approach utilizes aggregated telemetry, tracking metrics at the organization level without attaching them to specific usernames. It monitors general tool usage rather than individuals' performance. We call this the Microsoft 365 pivot. Finally, there is optimal innovation, defined as opt-in developmental AI. This method is fully transparent, maintains a human-in-the-loop HITL, and is designed specifically for mentoring and employee growth. This aligns with the Cornell recommendation. These represent the three distinct points on the acceptability spectrum. Organizations must tread thoughtfully because both your employees and legal authorities are paying close attention. I want to leave you with a single question for your team to consider. Are you constructing a transparent factory, or are you creating a transparent workplace? Identical language, identical tech, two vastly different outcomes. If this video provided a new outlook, hit the like button and subscribe. Also, share your thoughts in the comments. Is your organization a factory or a workplace? I'll be reviewing each comment. Thank you.